Charleston's summer heat clung to the air, heavy with the scent of magnolias and salt. Emma Hargrove stood before the Hargrove mansion, its white columns gleaming under the noon sun. At 30, she was a stranger to this place, her New York life a deliberate escape from the family she'd left behind. Her father William's death last week had pulled her back, a summons she couldn't ignore. The call from the family lawyer had been brief, "Come home," the will's being read. Emma hadn't seen her siblings in years. Nathan, 36, the eldest, was a lawyer who'd inherited William's ruthless ambition. Claire, 33, the middle child, was a doctor, always playing peacemaker but brittle under pressure. The Hargroves were Charleston royalty, their real estate empire a cornerstone of the city. But Emma, the youngest, had chosen words over wealth, her novels a quiet rebellion against her father's legacy. The mansion's oak doors creaked as she entered, the foyer cool and shadowed. Portraits of stern Hargrove stared down, their eyes accusing. Nathan met her, his suit impeccable, his smile tight. "You made it," he said, as if she'd had a choice. "Claire's in the library?" Emma nodded, dropping her bag. "Let's do this." The library was all leather and mahogany, shelves groaning with books no one read. Claire stood by a window, her blonde hair pinned up, her face strained. "Emma," she said, hugging her briefly. "It's been too long." Emma pulled back, sensing the unease. Margaret Poole, the family's housekeeper for decades, hovered nearby, her gray eyes unreadable. "Miss Emma," she said, voice soft. "Your father would be been glad you're here." The lawyer, Thomas Reed, arrived, his briefcase stuffed with papers. He was older, balding, with a nervous tic. "William's will is complex," he began, spreading documents on the table. "The estate properties, investments, roughly 50 million is to be divided equally among you three. But there's a condition." Nathan's eyes narrowed. "What kind?" Reed cleared his throat. "You must live here, together, for 3 months. If any of you leave, the entire estate goes to a charitable trust." Claire gasped, and Emma felt a chill. "A trust?" she asked. "What's it called?" Reed hesitated. "The Hargrove Redemption Fund." "That's all I know." Nathan slammed a hand on the table. 3 months, that's insane. I have a practice to run." Claire bit her lip. "It's what Dad wanted, Nathan. We owe him." Emma stayed quiet, her mind racing. William had always played games, but this felt like a trap. Reed handed her a small wooden box, carved with her initials. "This is for you, Emma. From your father. Open it alone." That night, Emma locked herself in her old bedroom, the box heavy in her hands. Inside was a key, a stack of letters, and a USB drive. The letters were in William's scrawl, addressed to her, "Emma, you were always the one to see through the lies. Find the vault. It's where the debt lives." The USB held a single audio file. William's voice, hoarse, filled the room. "If you're hearing this, I'm gone. The family's broke, Emma. Someone's been stealing, and I think it's one of you." Emma's breath caught. Broke? The Hargroves were worth millions. She read the letters, each one vaguer than the last, hinting at a vault in the mansion and a debt that could ruin them. The final letter was different: "Beware Margaret. She knows too much." A noise outside her door made her freeze, a soft shuffle, then silence. Emma clutched the key, her father's words echoing. This wasn't just a will. It was a warning. Sleep eluded Emma, the USB's audio looping in her mind. William's voice, frail but urgent, had cracked the facade of the Hargrove legacy. By morning, she was bleary-eyed, the letters spread across her bed. One phrase stood out, "The vault is under the heart." The mansion had no basement, but the heart could mean the central hall, where a massive chandelier hung. Breakfast was a battlefield. Nathan barely looked up from his phone, his fingers tapping furiously. Claire pushed her food around, her smile forced. "You okay, Emma?" she asked. Emma shrugged, watching Nathan. "Just jet-lagged." "You seem busy, Nathan." He glanced up, eyes cold. "Work doesn't stop because Dad's gone." Margaret served coffee, her movements deliberate. Emma caught her staring at the key, now on a chain around her neck. "You've been with us forever, Margaret," Emma said, testing her. "Dad ever mention a vault?" Margaret's hand paused, then resumed pouring. "Mr. William had his secrets. Best left alone." Emma slipped away to the central hall, its marble floor gleaming. The chandelier's base was a mosaic, a heart at its center. She knelt, tracing the tiles, and found one loose. Beneath was a lock, the key fitting perfectly. A hatch opened, revealing a spiral staircase. Emma descended, her flashlight cutting through the dark. The vault was small, lined with files and a laptop. She grabbed a folder labeled Hargrove Holdings and opened it. Bank statements showed millions drained, funneled to an account labeled Redemption. The laptop was password protected, but a sticky note read, "Family First." Emma typed it in, accessing a spreadsheet. Transfers to a company called LoCountry Ventures were signed by Nathan. Her stomach twisted. Was her brother the thief? Footsteps echoed above, and she shoved the folder into her bag, climbing out just as Claire appeared. "Emma, what are you doing?" Claire's voice was sharp. "Looking for answers," Emma said, closing the hatch. Claire's eyes flicked to the key. "You found something, didn't you?" Emma hesitated, then nodded. "Dad said we're broke." "Nathan's involved." Claire's face paled. "That's not possible. He wouldn't." But her voice lacked conviction. Emma confronted Nathan in his study, the folder in hand. "Explain this," she said, tossing it on his desk. Nathan scanned it, his jaw tight. "You're snooping now. This is business, Emma. You wouldn't understand." She leaned closer. "I understand theft." "Dad knew, didn't he?" Nathan stood, towering over her. "Careful, little sister. You're not as smart as you think." That night, Emma played the USB again, catching a new detail. William mentioned a fourth heir. A sibling. She searched the letters, finding one from a woman, Lila Voss, dated 1990. "William, you can't deny him. He's your son." Emma's world tilted. Her father had another child, a son, hidden from them. She went to Claire, showing her the letter. Claire's hands shook. "I knew," she whispered. "Dad told me years ago. I swore to keep quiet." Emma's anger flared. "You hid a brother from us." Claire's eyes filled with tears. "His name's Daniel. Dad sent him away to protect him. I don't know where he is." A crash downstairs interrupted them. They ran to the foyer, finding a broken window and a note on the floor, "Stop digging, or you'll burn." Emma's pulse raced. Someone knew she was close. Margaret appeared, her face unreadable. "I'll call the glazier," she said, but Emma caught a flicker of something gilt the vault, the air, the dead. It was all connected, and the mansion was closing in. The note's threat lingered like smoke, but Emma couldn't stop. The vault's files were her lifeline, each page a piece of the Hargrove collapse. She hid them in her room, the key never leaving her neck. Nathan avoided her, his phone calls hushed. Claire was a ghost, her guilt over Daniel eating her alive. Margaret's presence felt heavier, her quiet efficiency masking something darker. Emma dug into Low Country Ventures, using her laptop to trace its roots. It was a front, tied to a Charleston developer, Edward Kane. Public records showed Kane had dined with William months before his death. Evelyn's journal mentioned him too, Kane's blackmailing us. The debt's his price. Emma's gut twisted. Was Kane the one bleeding them dry? She tracked Kane to a waterfront bar, slipping in with a recorder. He was grizzled, his suit expensive but ill-fitting. "You're William's kid," he said, spotting her. Got his eyes. Emma cut to it. What's Low Country Ventures? Kane's smile was a blade. "Your dad owed me. Big." Nathan's just settling the score. He leaned closer. "Walk away, girl. This ain't your fight." Back at the mansion, Emma found Claire in the library, clutching a photo of a boy, maybe 8. "Daniel," Claire said, voice breaking. "Dad sent him to a foster home. I should ve stopped it." Emma softened, but pressed her. "Where's he now?" Claire shook her head. "I don't know. But Margaret does." Emma confronted Margaret in the kitchen, the air thick with the smell of bread. "You knew about Daniel," she said, holding up Lila's letter. Margaret's face didn't change. "I served your father, not his mistakes." Emma stepped closer. "Where is he?" Margaret's eyes flicked to the door. "Ask Nathan. He's the one who paid to keep him gone." Nathan was in the garden, his tie loose, a rare crack in his armor. Emma didn't hesitate. "You paid to hide Daniel." Why? Nathan's laugh was bitter. "You think you've got it all figured out? Dad was drowning in debt. Kane owned him. I did what I had to." Emma's voice shook. "Including letting Dad die?" Nathan's face darkened. "You don't know what you're talking about." The vault held more answers. Emma returned, finding a contract between William and Kane, trading land for debt forgiveness. A note in William's hand was clipped to it, "Daniel's coming. He knows." Emma's heart raced. Her brother, the fourth heir, was in Charleston, and he wasn't hiding. That night, a man stood in the mansion's driveway, his face shadowed. Emma watched from her window, the USB's audio replaying, "The fourth heir will break us." The man left, but not before dropping a letter through the mail slot. Emma raced downstairs, tearing it open. "I'm Daniel. Meet me at the pier. Midnight." The handwriting matched Lila's letter. Her brother was here, and he wanted blood. Emma's hands trembled as she held Daniel's letter. A brother she'd never known, now a stranger demanding a meeting. The mansion felt like a cage, its walls closing in. She told Claire, who paled. "Don't go," Claire begged. "He's angry. He has every right to be." Emma shook her head. "I need to know what he wants." The pier was deserted at midnight, the Ashley River black and still. Daniel was there, lean, with William's jawline but eyes like a storm. "You're Emma," he said, voice low. "The writer." She nodded, gripping the key. "You're Daniel." "Why now?" He stepped closer, his anger palpable. Your dad threw me away. I want my share. Daniel's story was a knife, born to Lila Voss, William's mistress. He'd been shuffled through foster homes, his existence erased to save the Hargrove name. He'd tracked William down last year, demanding recognition. William promised a share, then died. Nathan paid Kane to keep me quiet, Daniel said. But I'm done hiding. Emma gave him the contract from the vault. Kane's the real enemy. He's been bleeding us dry. Daniel's eyes narrowed. Then we take him down. Together. Emma hesitated. Could she trust him? She agreed, but kept the USB's full contents to herself. Back at the mansion, Nathan was waiting, his face grim. You met him, he said, not a question. Emma didn't flinch. He's our brother, Nathan. You lied to us. Nathan's voice cracked. I was protecting us. Kane would be ruined everything. Emma held up the contract. You mean he would be exposed you? Claire joined them, her resolve hardening. We need to end this, she said. Kane, the debt, all of it? They planned to leak the vault's files to the press, but needed more. Emma returned to the vault, finding a hidden drawer with a burner phone. Its call log showed recent calls to Kane and Margaret. Emma confronted Margaret in her quarters, the burner in hand. You're working with Kane, she accused. Margaret's face was stone. I did what William asked, kept the family safe. Emma's anger flared. Safe? Dad's dead. We're broke. Who's paying you? Margaret looked away. You'll see soon enough. Daniel called, urging Emma to meet him at Kane's office downtown. She went, Claire at her side, the files copied to a drive. Kane was there, smug, but Daniel was a wildfire, slamming the contract down. It's over, Kane. Kane laughed. You think a few papers stop me? Your family's mine. The meeting turned ugly. Kane's men appeared, and Emma's group barely escaped, the drive still in her pocket. Back at the mansion, they found Nathan packing. I'm out, he said, bags at his feet. Emma blocked his path. You don't get to run. Nathan's eyes were hollow. You don't know what's coming. That night, the mansion's lights flickered, and a fire alarm screamed. Smoke curled from the library. Emma grabbed the files, Claire and Daniel behind her, but the flames spread fast. Someone had set the trap, and they were running out of time. The fire roared, swallowing the library's shelves. Emma coughed, clutching the files as she led Claire and Daniel through the smoke. The mansion, their father's pride, was burning, and someone had lit the match. They stumbled into the foyer, flames licking the walls. Outside, sirens wailed, but help was too far. Emma's mind flashed to William's audio, the debt will burn us all. She realized now Kane wasn't just after money. He wanted the Hargroves erased. They reached the garden, gasping, the files singed but intact. Nathan was there, his car idling. Get in, he shouted, but Emma saw the guilt in his eyes. You did this, she accused. Nathan didn't deny it. Kane forced me. I had no choice. Daniel lunged, grabbing Nathan's collar. You sold us out? Claire pulled him back, tears streaking her face. Stop. We're all we've got left. Emma made a choice. She handed Nathan the burner phone. Call Kane. End it? Nathan hesitated, then dialed, his voice shaking. It's done. They're gone. But Emma had planned ahead. She sent the files to her editor before the fire, the drive a decoy. Her phone buzzed. Her editor confirmed the story was live, Kane's name plastered across headlines. Nathan's call had been recorded, his confession sealed. Police swarmed, cuffing him as he stood, broken. Kane was arrested the next day, his empire crumbling. Margaret vanished, her room empty, her role unclear to the end. Daniel stayed, but refused the Hargrove name. I just wanted the truth, he told Emma. Claire, freed from her secrets, started rebuilding, her hospital shifts a penance. The mansion was a husk, its ashes scattered by the wind. Emma stood on the lawn, the key in her hand, now useless. The vault's secrets had cost them everything, but they won. She wrote the story, her book a bestseller, dedicating it to William, for the father who tried. Charleston's lights glowed, and for the first time, Emma felt free.